Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts, XKs and Minis. Okay, so Amir came back last night. We've done quite a bit of work today. Most of the work's done on this XK over here. We've got a few issues with some parts that I bought. Unfortunately they're not the correct ones, but I can change them again in October when I go to the UK. So, for the bit of trivia that I left with you on, what was it, a couple of days ago, I was asking you about what the British flag, the actual official name is. And it was a bit of a trick question actually, because I said when it's flying on a building. When it's flying on a building it's called the Union flag. A lot of people say Union Jack. Now it's only called the Union Jack when it's on a Royal Naval vessel. That's the only time it's called a Union Jack, and it comes from jack tar, where they used to tar the decks. They used to cork the deck and then tar the planks and stop the water going in. So jack tar, Jack, Jolly Jack sailor. So it's called the Union Jack only on a Royal Naval vessel, or I'm not even sure if it's actually on any boat, but I think it's pretty much Royal Navy. But it's called the Union flag is its real name. So that's that one. Peter Froud sent me one which is quite interesting, just a bit of trivia before I show you what we've been doing. And it was about Carroll Shelby, the well-known American racing driver who started making the Cobra with a big V8 Ford engine in it. Apparently when he was used to demonstrate, Peter sent me this, he said apparently there was a story going around, and whether it's true or not doesn't really matter, but apparently he had this deal where when people were coming to test drive the cars to buy them, he would put a $100 note. The Cobra had the mirror in the centre, like the E-Type, with this chrome strip. And apparently the deal was he put a $100 note, fold it up and put it behind the back of the chrome at the bottom, just above the dashboard, and say to the passenger, when he took him out for a drive, so Carroll Shelby was driving, and the deal was, while he was accelerating, if you could put your hands forward and pick the $100 note out, you could have it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's probably just a bit of public relations, but it's a good story anyway. Thanks for that, Peter. Anyway, so to let you see what we've been up to, as I said, quite a bit of work's been done on this. Most of the repairs have been done, and now we have to. There's a few other little bits and pieces, but we should be able to put this in primer paint within the next 2 or 3 days, so hopefully you'll see that. So for the bit of trivia for the next video, I was born in London. I was born in Guy's Hospital. Now so that means I am excuse me, officially a Cockney, although there's nothing official about it. But to be a Cockney you have to be born within a certain area, so I'd like to know what that is, and there's a thing called Bow Church, and what that has to do with being a Cockney. Again, it's not official, it's an unofficial thing, but if you have to be born in a certain area to be a Cockney, and it actually derives from being within the sound of something. So can you, again, it's not for a t-shirt, but if you're interested in a bit of trivia, so to be a Cockney you have to be born where, is the question. So I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you what we've been up to. So you can see here there's been this is the white XK original. You can see now that panel there has been replaced. There was some work done here. This was all replaced here. Underneath you can see that's the new panel that's been put in. There's also a panel on the other side which has been repaired, which you can probably see. Maybe, no, you can hardly see it, but I could turn it over and show you next time. That's been done, and there's a bit more work on the headlights been done. Oh, sorry, because when we sandblasted it, quite a lot of the lead came out. So you can see there he's started to paste them up a little bit. Most of that will come back down to the metal work. And then we have to do this centerpiece as well to make sure that this is better. Very similar to what we did on this one to make this correct. You can see here and here. You can see there's a good line all the way around. Here it's a bit short, so we need to put some more lead into there, or filler, whatever. Okay, on the back, the tonneau, I've completely finished it now. You can see there's the panel, and what we've done is we've used these are called Clico clips, and we've put them in that way for for a reason. Is because this whole back has to be replaced here. This is where the tyre would go in. And what we want to do is make sure it's set up and it's not squint, that this is not an angle for replacing it. So what we'll do is this is why this is in. So I know I know that the gapping is good all the way round, and you could, you know, I was showing about using Play-Doh. In fact, see, this old stuff is actually stuck in there a bit. So I'm going to get some new stuff and we'll get this out. I think it's too old. Normally Play-Doh, you just roll it and it comes straight out, but I think this is quite old, this stuff, and it's lost a bit of its moisture, so I'll take it out. And what I was trying to explain on the last video is using this as a guide, because if you put a seal in here, what will happen is the seal will be hard and quite thick, and the bonnet and the boot lid will not sit correctly. So all you're doing with the putty or the blue tack is actually taking place of that seal in there. Like most seals nowadays, they're much harder when they're brand new, and they take time to shape properly. Like with the boot lid on the E-Type, it's very difficult to get it shut, and any of the doors, because the rubber's different than it was in the old days. So this is a good way of getting your panel gaps right. So now what we'll do now with this is we'll get this lined up, and then we can start working on it and repairing it. The other job we did was the Mini. I found a bolt for it. Unfortunately, the bolt got chucked out with the, and you can see there, I'll bring it out so you can see it. There's we found the strap, and you can see there's the connection there for it. So I've got the right place for it. So what I'll do is I'll put 1-2 tacks in it where it actually sits, which is just there. You can see I've got it lined up. Sorry, you can't see it very well. Where's that torch? Oh, unfortunately it's gone, but I can show you that tomorrow when it's in. But what I will do want to do is make sure that this strap is in the correct position first. So I'll give it just a tack and then check it out and see how it goes. Obviously you'll put it in. The good thing about these is you can put a bit of rubber in between here, so you can use it as a bit of a tank spacer. But I will check this tank out first. And as you can see, there are two 25-litre kegs. We've got a bunch of people coming next weekend. We're going to an open-air opera, and we're having a bit of a kind of garden party. And we've got a machine for draft beer, you know, with a gas bottle and all that. And this is one that's a friend of ours had bought from Munich. It's a special beer. So we'll see how that is. This one is Stiegel from Salzburg, which I really like. Anyway, so that's where we are today. Yeah, so don't forget then, so that question, like I said, so that, well, that is the Union flag. When it's on a building, it's a Union flag. When it's on a ship, naval ship, or a Royal Navy ship, it's a Union Jack. I'm pretty sure that would only apply to the Royal Navy. I'm ex-Royal Marines, so, and Royal Navy. Royal Marines and Royal Navy are the same. So this is a fact that it's called the Union Jack when it's on a ship. Anyway, so hopefully catch you in a couple of days and see if we can start getting this one into some. What we'll do with this is do the body shuts or the stone chip, because the body's in really good nick on this, and then we can start doing the front. The bonnet we're going to sandblast in the next few days, because unfortunately it's cracked in a few places. And I've got a friend, well, a guy I know who's got a business where he teaches people how to MIG and TIG weld to unbelievable standards, and he's going to TIG it all up for me and do some repairs. Unfortunately, it's been cut on the front and we have to replace that. So somehow we have to TIG aluminium into it, which is pretty difficult. Anyway, again, as I said, thanks for watching in. Bye for now. Take care. Bye.